there. So hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Lisa from SewArty. It's pleased to meet you, nice to meet you, lovely to meet you. I don't know, I think I'm using my Cricut. No, it's Cricut. Cricut? Cricut, it's Cricut. I found a lovely saying on the internet and I popped it on this vase. So I'll show you how to do that. It's very nice, isn't it? Very pretty. It's a cheap, I think this vase cost about £2 from one of those cheap shops, but it looks so much nicer with some engraving on it for Mother's Day. I'm quite impressed with myself because I managed to do one of these. So that same saying I had on that vase, I put it on here, this glass, and I just made those flowers. So that's really lovely. I was quite pleased with that. Actually, it's not that hard to make, but I think it looks really professional, and I've never done it before. So I'll be doing a YouTube video on that. These, I don't want you to see the reflection of my light in my window, which you kind of can. So these match. They match. You can see the reflection of my window, so I try not to do that. So we're going to do a tutorial on these first. So hi there, let's get into it. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I will be putting some permanent vinyl on the vase and on the picture frame and doing some flowers. So I just found the quote I wanted and I opened it up in Cricut and I imported it in. And then what you have to do, you have to just clear the background, and it's quite easy to do actually. You just erase it and you pick the areas that need erasing, and it goes clear. And you can see in the little box on the right, when I'm doing it, the black disappears and it's just white left over. So we've got the image that we want, and you just keep pressing next a couple of times, and then you have to choose the cut, which is on the left. So you name your quote and you have to click cut, which I do eventually do. There we go, press cut, and then you can save it. And then from there, you select it and you import it into the Cricut program. So what I did here and what I'm doing here is I'm just changing the size just to make sure that it is actually going to fit on the vase. So it's roughly maybe about 7 inches in height. And my little doggy is asleep, and about 4 inches across. So you just roughly want to make sure that it does actually fit. So I do like to have a tape measure at hand, and then I change the size, which is quite easy in the Cricut program. Just roughly change it and just keep checking that it will fit. Just stretched it a little bit. So just go over to the cut side of the Cricut machine, and here we go. So by the power of video, that was done very quickly. So just make sure you press the button so the green thingy can come out, the cut mat, and then just cut round it. Now gently peel it off. and it just needs a little bit of TLC really when you're doing it. Not to really yank it. I never force it, I just gently tease it off. And it will come out eventually. There we go, nearly off now. Just the last word. That's brilliant. And now you need your weeding tool. If you've got a Cricut machine, you need a weeding tool. And this is a very slow process, no rush in here. Just gently take out the little bits that are not needed to reveal the image that you want. So we'll leave the power of video to do that a little bit quicker. All done, and now you need some book covering. I don't use the one that's designed for Cricut because it's just a bit too expensive for me. So I got this from Amazon. It was about £5, and it works fine. So just peel it off and then just stick it down to the quote. I always think that this is the best bit because it's just like coming together. You've done all the hard work, and it's just getting this off. So you just really got to squish it down loads, and then you've got to use your weeding tool again, and the power of filming. Hey ho, this is so quick. So definitely now everything's done. So I just used my pair of scissors and my little weeding tool to hold the vase so it didn't move around on my mat. And so this is a little bit tricky, but once you put it down and start working with it, it just gets easier. So you can't just, because this vase is a bit rounded in places, you can't just pop it on. So what you're best to do is just stick the front bit on first, and just be careful and no rushing on this. And I just cut around the words and then stuck them down individually, like gently as well. Didn't force it because you don't want any creases in any of the words. So just each bit. So now just do the next bit, which is the mother and just cut it around it so you can feel that will go nicely around the round bit of the vase. It's best to do it like this. There's no other way, I don't think. If you had a straight vase, if you had a perfectly sort of square or perfectly all the same shape all the way down, then yeah, it'd be fine. But because this goes in a little bit, it's difficult to put it all down. So that's one side done. Now it's the next side. So it'd be a little bit easier now because you've got that in. So you can just do this just around the daughter. and just press it down. Sometimes you can feel a little bit of tension, and so you might have to cut a little bit more. So the L in Love, fortunately I'm off camera a little bit here, but it comes on camera in a second. So here we go. The L I did have struggle with. I cut it a little bit, and then I noticed that it just wasn't going to lay flat, so I had to cut it quite close to the actual letter, and then it just gently teased it around the vase, and it laid flat, which was good. So just press it all everywhere, which I think is quite a satisfying thing to do, because you know the next step, that's it, it's all done. So here we go. So you might need your weeding tool again. And the power of video is going to be super quick. So that's all done, and what I did, I have actually put it already on the glass, because you've seen me do it on the vase, so it's the same thing. So actually in the Cricut design space there is actually a box frame that you can use, but I just wanted the flower in the box frame design on the Cricut design space, so I chose that, and then I deleted all the flowers. You'll see what I'm doing. I'm not mad. Well, maybe a little bit mad, but excuse me. I chose one of them, and I just made it a little bit smaller because I want to be able to fit 4 on a 12 by 12 inch. I don't really like any waste, so I selected it and then duplicated it three times, and then went to make it and noticed, yeah, the flower is massive. I just want that flower. I just want that flower, 4 of them on a 12 by 12. So just reduced it a little bit more, then duplicated it, and went to go make it again. Yeah, perfect. So all in all I need 8 flowers, so I went back and just added more flowers, and then went to cut. I already have some flowers already cut, which were different colours, which you'll see in a minute. So and these ones are not going to be all pink. So pick my card, and here we go. Good old Cricut machine is going to cut my lovely flowers out. So these are the ones I already had done before, but I just wanted some more colours. Makes it a bit different. So it was just different pinks. Quite pleased with them actually. These are the pink ones. These flowers are, when you look at them you think there's no way I can make these into actual rose flowers, but it's so easy. All you need is a quilling tool. I mean, you can do it by hand, but it is a little bit fiddly. So these flowers are actually quite satisfying to make. So here's the other colour I use, which is a lighter pink, and I thought it'd be quite nice with the other pinks. It's quite nice to actually just pull them off the cutting mat, Cricut's cutting mat. It's quite therapeutic actually. I quite enjoyed it in a very strange way. It's quite nice to do. But anyway, so when you do a flower, as you can see here, use the quilling tool and you just roll it. You just literally roll it around. That's all you do. You just keep rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. And then when you come closer to the end, that's when it was too much to use a quilling tool, and I just used my fingers. So here I've done it slowly. I haven't sped it up here, but you can see how I'm doing it. And then it's just basically holding the flower together and then just using the glue gun and just cover it all up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the most amazing way of doing it. It doesn't have to be neat at all, because you're not going to see it. So just get all that glue on it, and then there's a little bit left on the flower. You just flip it over and it all sticks together. And I bash it down a little bit on the and there's obviously glue. It's just a pain sometimes, but just bash it down a little bit so you can get it all even. So just do it like that. So I'm doing it again here just to show you, but it's quite easy. It's not just putting the glue on it in a just chuck it on, you know. It doesn't have to be nice and neat because you're not going to see the glue. And just bash it down so it's all one level, I find, because it's going to be one level when the glass goes on top of it. So yeah, so I have 3 done there, so I've got a lot more to do. I think I did 9 all in all for this this picture frame. So I'm doing the pink ones, and I'm actually, to be fair, when you do them you kind of get quite good at them. So at first I started to do the flowers and left them at the side, and then did a few and then glued them, but I felt that actually it's best not to do it like that. When you do your flower, you have to let it go a little bit so it sort of unravels a little bit on the side, and then do it straight away, put the glue in, and then I thought it was a nicer flower. So as I got, you know, as I kept on doing it, I feel I got better at it. And this is the nice bit. I love this bit, just organising where all the flowers are going. So yeah, I think it was 9 I used in the end. So I used 3 different colours. I used like a cerise kind of pink and a very paley pink, and like a mid pink for the middle. But I did notice when I did the light pink flowers, I definitely got the hang of it. And so just put them all in an area where you think it's going to look all nice, and then take one at a time, and with your glue gun you just stick it down. This is a good bit, I think, just putting all the picture frame together. Flowers have been glued in, the glass has gone on, the backing's going on, and hey presto, it's all done, all ready for Mother's Day. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.